So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me again. For those who are joining again, or if you're new, welcome. So tonight we're gonna start bag number 3. Last night we finished the first 2 bags. So that's what you see right here, right? These 4 parts of the structure are what we built so far. This is the Taj Mahal. So this is basically the work of bags 1 and 2. Well, bags 1 and 2. I think bags 1 and 2 were like 10 bags total. But so we can start seeing some structures here. I like the way how they did the curve part of the structure. That's pretty neat the way how that worked. So all right, so let me go ahead and move these out of the way. Let's see here. Let's see if I can do this without dropping any of them. Just 1 second. All right. Also, making sure I don't trip over the cables. All right, so like I said, we're going to start working on bag number 3, which, of course, bag number 3 has 4 bags with it, and actually I see at least 1 inner bag. Actually 2 inner bags. All right, so let's go ahead and get these all sorted out. And we can see this is another one, just actually like how bag number 2 was. We will be building 2 of these structures. Basically the same structure twice. We can obviously assume that left and right, I think basically what we did was we first built the 2 middle parts, and I think we built the 2 ends of one side. Now they were building the other side piece, right? Let's see here. Sure enough, I talked about this last night. I'm definitely really big about sorting all of my pieces out. Just makes it just a little bit easier for me to find things. So how is everyone's evening been going? How's wrapping up the weekend? Well, or some might be already past the weekend, depending on where you're coming from. Let's put these right here. So actually, let's put these right here. So this weekend, I don't know, for me, this weekend just kind of flew by. Almost like, oh my goodness, I gotta go back to work again or whatever, tomorrow. Although I expect tomorrow to be pretty productive because a lot of my peers have, if they didn't take tomorrow off, they're taking most of the week off at least. So, and of course, being brand new, I have no time to take off. So, I'm kind of hoping that actually get a bunch of work done while everyone else is off enjoying their week, well-deserved week off. Although sure enough, tonight not tonight, but today, went to the store. Which to tell you what, going to the store, you couldn't tell it was a pandemic. The place was packed. But got most everything I need to make Thanksgiving dinner. That's the bummer part about the recent lockdowns. So I'm in Kentucky, and here in Kentucky, basically what they've done is the biggest part of the lockdown. I mean, the schools are closed. Well, they went back to virtual. They're trying to limit people in offices. Like I know in our office, it's now very much scheduled as far as who comes in. Although most everyone's work from home anyways. But then the big thing was no indoor dining until after December 13th. So that's kind of a bummer. I know my wife and I, this is going to be our first year. We're not really empty nesters because my daughter does come home from school, but she won't be home this Thanksgiving because of the pandemic. Right? Her school is even more strict. It has been all semester about everything, which is a good thing. So they, in her school, if you leave town, you have to, no matter what, you have to go on a 2-week. Well, actually, it's not a whole bunch. If you stay in a certain region, but otherwise, if you go outside that region, then you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. It's not a wait for a test result or anything. It is you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. And so her problem is, if she did that, she would miss her semester finals. So that wouldn't work very well. And they're not finals that you can take. You can do online. Well, you could, but it doesn't work very well. She's a vocal performance, so she's studying to become a opera singer. So, like her final includes actually singing, right? And as great as online meetings and such are, they're not so great for singing. So I'll open this one. So as you can see, each one of these steps have quite a few pieces. This is the Taj Mahal. All in all, there's a little bit over, was it 5923, I think it was? Yeah, 5,923 pieces. So there's a couple pieces in this kit. Actually, I need to look. I don't know if this is actually, so let's take a look. I don't know if this is the largest set I've done. Let's see if we go to Lego. I apologize, I can't share my screen. I don't have this. This is still a new stream. I stream a coding stream 3 days a week, but I'm using a different setup for this. And I've got to get a couple other things set up, like sharing my screen, like when I'm looking at stuff right now. Shoot. So I have built this is the biggest set I've built. So I have put together the Star Destroyer. That was 4,784 pieces. So this is bigger by 1,200 pieces. So that's pretty cool. Now, what about you all out there in Twitch land? Oh, hey Sean, how's it going? Yeah, I don't have. I need to get the stream commands going. And unfortunately, I think it's a shame, but Stream Elements does not build out the shout out command by default, which is, I think, interesting. But I haven't done it yet. I'm still working on some graphics for. You're here again, trying to get some stuff done. Yeah, so sure enough, I mean, for any of those watching, if you are interested in coding, normally I would actually be sitting in someone else's stream at this time of the day. So Code with Sean. All right, so especially if you're interested in building infrastructure with code, it's not all he does, but that's what he streams quite a bit about. Using I'm drawing a blank on the name of the. It'll come to me. The technology he uses the framework he uses. I'm drawing a complete blank of the name right now. Plumi, there you go. Thank you. I was trying to remember so you didn't have to get distracted. And sure enough, for those watching along, you'll know Sean and I talk. We talk a lot. Sean and I are good friends, and all right. So this one. So let's see how many pieces we dropped tonight. last night I think it was 6 or 7 pieces we dropped. To include the one I couldn't find. I did find it after the stream. So behind me, I've got a printer stand, and it actually rolled all the way to the back of the printer stand. So, but luckily, I mean, as soon as we finished the stream, I was like, oh, let me check back there, and sure enough, there it was. So I didn't have to. I had to spend a long time finding that one little piece, which was basically one of these little pieces. That's what I had dropped and couldn't find last night. So, we'll say I'm still also, like I say, new stream. I'm still trying to figure out kind of schedule for this. Honestly, probably just once a week. I already stream 3 days a week doing live coding. Sure, my wife would like to see me some point, sometime. And actually, tonight I didn't do that. Last night I did. I waited till I think she was already in bed, or she was getting ready for bed. And I was nowhere ready to go to sleep. Tonight, she's took the week off, so she probably. There we go. We've already dropped a piece. So I am going to set something up to count though, so we can have like a drop piece count. Probably not. Yeah. Probably not something this week, but probably that might be something I do on the coding stream. Coding up something to track how many pieces, how many brick pieces I drop in a Lego stream. That would actually kind of be some interesting work, and it's funny in the on the coding stream. I always said I didn't really want to do like a Twitch bot, but I was actually talking about last night. I actually have something else I want to do that I'm kind of keeping under wraps at the moment. Not that I've even started with it, but I have a cool idea, something I want to do, and I might do it, not that I have time, but I might do it, outside of streaming, so I can debut it on the stream without anyone knowing about it, right? Which, sure, not well. I don't know. So, I'm actually committed to do. I don't blog very much. Mostly because when I start writing a blog, I end up writing a book. I have a hard time stopping writing, right? I just really get into something. I just keep on going. But, where I was going with that, I'm actually committed, Christmas Eve, to publish a blog article about coding. I was trying to think of a topic. There could be a topic, building your own Twitch bot. Sean, I might actually come up with my idea. Because then I could do a blog, I could do a video, and then you can do the long, if I do it on the stream, then you can do the long form and watch me actually build the whole thing. Alright, almost got everything sorted. We got one more bag, but that's like 2 parts. Well, lots of 2 parts, but And I already know these pieces I'm going to need first up. Oh, there is 3 parts of them. Oh, there's 4 pieces. Okay. Well, never mind what I said. There's actually a bunch of different pieces in here. Let's see here. You know, I gotta admit, I've put together, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if I've done 2 dozen. Definitely more than a dozen. I don't think more than 2 dozen sets. I've maybe used this once or twice. Like 1 or 2 pieces total. And this thing, I've, usually I've already used 100 of these things in this kit. So I will say, tonight's goal is at least bag 3. And then we'll see where we're at bag 3 and whether or not I go ahead and start with bag 4. I think I learned last night, I did 2 bags and that took 3.5 hours. So, although I mean, it's 8:30. We can go 3.5 hours. That wouldn't be unreasonable. Almost dropped a piece. So I'll tell you what, there's enough variety here. I'm actually running out of space here. Where did I put those? Well, I guess I got enough space here to... All right. So we'll need that. And sure enough, we're going to start with 39 of these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Like I say, we again start off with a whole bunch again of these. Okay. This is actually very similar to bag 2. It's just in a different direction. Turn the lights off when you're done. You talking about my big overhead light? Trying to figure out what you mean by talking about when I'm done with the whole set or done with this step. And you're talking about the big light. Let me try this again. I'm trying to figure out the lighting for let's see here. Actually, how's that? Actually, that works pretty well. We could do it like that. That's actually kind of nicer anyways. Not sure if that's what you were talking about. Oh, I do wonder. I wonder if there's like a lighting kit for this. I've never done any lighting kits. I know Douglas really likes those lighting kits. I think they're cool. Just never fooled with them. All right, so now we're gonna have maybe 4 down. And then, so skipping 3. So 1, 2, 3. And sure, I could just start from the other end and continue to the end, but what if I accidentally grab one too many? Although, as we were talking last night, building Legos, that's one of the things, especially when you got, a set like this where there's so many pieces. Lots of counting. All right, there we go. Just pushing these in a little bit better. Make sure they're all the way in there. What was that? Oh, shoot. All right, I'll get those later. All my Taylor & Code stickers just fell off my desk. Ow. You may have been in bed 3.5 hours. What's wrong with you? That's not like you. You're laid out. That's why, like I said, you be up by 8. Okay. So I am going to the office tomorrow. It's kind of funny, actually. Probably no one I'll talk to in the office tomorrow. But like I said, my wife's taking the week off, and so love my wife dearly, but when I'm trying to get work done, it kind of works for me to go to the office. No, not that. 2 of these. Well, I mean, if you're worried about beauty, then, you might as well be going to bed now. All right, I mean... Oh, come on, you set yourself up for that one. Let's see here. We need one of these. 2 of these. Alright, so there we got that. And then we're going to put this here. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was doing it right to begin with. The train's long past. So tell you what, Lego is definitely soothing, right? It's kind of funny. It's interesting. Most people don't understand how demanding software development is, right? And I mean, I know my wife. It's a hard, long day at home, and she'll come home. And I grant you, I mean, she's got a very physically demanding job. But I'll be like, oh man, I'm wiped out, right? And she's like, you're wiped out. What are you talking about? You've been sitting on your chair all day long, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's hard work, right? Yeah, there's a lot of mind process through it and everything. And so I think it's the thing why I like doing Lego is that I mean, one, I'm just following instructions, right? But even more so, hold on a second, I'm trying to look at what I'm doing here. But even more so, looks like that goes right there. Yeah. It's a way, I'm still building stuff, and I mean that's the reason why I do software development. I like building stuff. I'm not, I don't do stuff with, I don't do woodworking. I'm not really, it's just not really my thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You should have learned to follow instructions by Lego before joining the Marine Corps. Well, that might have been too hard for me because, Marines, we just eat our crayons, That's... Okay, now we got one of these weird curve parts. These you really got to pay attention to what you're doing. But this is, we were talking about this last night. Douglas was bringing this up. This is, because he was talking about how awesome it was. I'm using the digital instructions. I think this is one of these ones where digital instructions kind of hurts because I got to look up there. Whereas if I was in the book, I'd probably doing it right on top of the page so I can keep track of where I'm at. All right, so we're going to start with this. And one of these. All right, put that there. And one of these. Okay. Also, I think one of the weird parts they're doing here is that they show laying, this piece down first. I'm like, well, it doesn't really do much good until I actually put the thing on. So I think it's part of what kind of screwed me up last night as I was doing these. And as Sean alluded, I'm just a Marine, right? So. Well, the funny thing about all that, and there's a whole joke about Marines and crayons, all that kind of stuff. So, to get into the military, you take the ASVAB, Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Test. Hold on a second. See, again. Hold on a second. This is why you got to pay attention. So there's the 1. There's the 2. Okay, I've already put the 3. I grabbed too many of these. But so I'm at that. But yeah, so you take the ASVAB, right? Hold on a second. I swear this one. So there's 1, there's 2. Yeah, now I put this one down. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so what I was saying was that take this ASVAB, right? And the thing is the Marine Corps actually has the highest requirement for the ASVAB. Weird. I hear something over in the corner there. There we go. Well, it didn't take me as many loop arounds as it did last night. Of course, the night's still young. Let's see. I have to do that at least one more time. I will say, I think of all the kits I put together, I think this is going to be the prettiest one. Not necessarily the best looking one, but the prettiest one, right? You know, just in the, you know, as far as pure beauty, right? You know, just... Of course, considering the subject matter, right? You know, Taj Mahal, right? It should be. All right. There we go. All right, so let's see. That will go there. I will say I'm noticing this build, you know, I guess is very similar to what the one I did last night. Is, you know, I should have done this before. You know, this is moving quicker than before. Oops. There we go. Six, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 4, 6, 8. All right. Oh, I see. We're going to build these arches again. That's what we're doing. Should have known. There's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. I admit, I think of everything, these arches, and the part that's kind of like a little bit repetitive. So I'll say one thing I'm going to do. Yeah, so my intent is to build this whole set on stream, which is part of the reason why, I don't know, that's why I might stream more often than I think, right? Or, you know, just because I want to, yeah, I'd like to do it on stream. I gotta think about it. Sure enough, being on stream, there's a little bit, you know, because you got to talk, right, and keep up conversation. Well, I talk to myself anyway, so I don't know what difference it makes. But all joking aside, but part of the reason I'm doing this, you know, I realized I know why. As I'm saying about what I'm saying, I remember why I have the overhead light on. It's actually help with the shadows. But yeah, so one of the things I want to do, yeah. Need an excuse to talk to yourself. Yeah, my wife has long learned to just not worry about it. But I was saying, one of the things I want to do is, and why I'm doing these on stream, is that I want to record the process so that I can then do like a sped up version of it, right? And publish videos of sped up, right? You know, I always find those kind of cool. So why not do it myself? So, all right, come on. There we go. All right. So then, we're just going to start. It's a nice part. You don't really have to count. It just goes all the way down. And around. All right, there we go. All right, we're at step number 50. I forgot. What did we say last night? How many steps were there? Let's see here. It's easier to look in the actual book. Just dropping things all over my... That's how you get an unbiased answer. 281 steps. So we got a ways to go. $99,000. Well, you know, and also that's one of the hard parts. Is you know, I want to take my time, right? Because I want to enjoy it, right? I want to, you know, and obviously, I mean, these aren't cheap, right? So, you know, kind of like with video games, you want to get the most out of that video game purchase you can get out of it, right? But at the same rate, you know, sometimes, well, especially some sets, I just start getting into them, and I just can't stop, right? You're like, continue, go, you know, get to the next step. Open the bag, pick up the pieces, then went to the floor, give it away. You know, that's the funny part. My dog leaves my pieces alone. He kind of, I guess, I don't know if it's out of respect or what, but he doesn't bother my Lego stuff. You know, I originally set up the bookshelf with the Legos. I was for sure I was going to have to chase him away from it. Nah, he could care less about the stuff. He just leaves it alone. Alright? Sure, was yes, he accidentally knocked something over with his tail, but I mean, that was really by accident. But even like when I'm so normally, honestly, I'm not normally, if I'm building Legos and not streaming, I'm not sitting right here, right? I'm normally upstairs, in our family room, for lack of a better room. It's actually a third bedroom, but it's where we've got a TV and where we hang out in the evening and such. But and we got a really nice big table in there. I'll build sets in there, and he'll sit with me. All right, loves sitting with me, but he just ignores it. He leaves it alone. So I mean, sure enough, all in all, he's a pretty good dog. I mean, he's got his moments. No question about that. But that's what I say. All in all, he's a good dog. And even his moments aren't that bad. Although it's funny, he'll, if he. So, I mean, he's trained. He's actually trained pretty well, So if he needs to go to the bathroom if he needs to do it in the house. Actually, he's usually pretty good about telling you. Problem sometimes it's like, dude, you just went out. Do you really need to go out again? So sometimes it's hard to read the signals, as opposed to, he just wants to hang out, right? But he is good about it. If he does, he doesn't want to spot upstairs. But it's funny, if we're both downstairs and he goes upstairs to take care of his business, he always goes running on down to kind of like get away from it. I guess he thinks maybe that way we won't notice what he did. Yeah, but it's one of those things he makes himself more guilty by the fact he's running down the stairs. All right. Of course, the other thing, despite what my daughter thinks, he is definitely, I mean, technically he is my daughter's dog. But I don't think that's what he would think. Although he is good. I mean, when she's home, he gives her all the attention. Partially because she'll give him all the attention he wants. But boy, otherwise he is just. He sleeps in our bed, which is not really the best thing in the world. It's not that big of a dog, but he's big enough. And on top of it, but I'll get in the bed and he'll usually come right to me and basically, wants me to kind of hold him, and it's kind of funny. Then he'll usually pull away and then go to my feet, but then he does the whole thing of, getting as close as possible to you, right? Which I mean, dogs do that for protection, right? They want that tight feeling. Makes them feel more protected. All right. See, that's the good part of ours. He never gets up. I mean, he'll get up in the middle of the night. He won't do anything, but you'll see sometimes where he'll get out of the bed, and even though he won't put himself he won't jump in the bed, which is one good thing. Well, good and bad, but yeah, he won't wake us up to go in the middle of the night. Now, with that being said, though, normal weekday mornings, my wife's up at 4:30 in the morning. So, yeah, he'll wait for her to finish, for her to get ready for the day. But once she's ready for the day, he's ready for the day, right? Yeah, only does it with absolute necessary, yeah. Those, one of that, and one of these. All right. Okay, so this looks slightly different than the one from before. Or maybe not. It's just the angle is different. So I'm trying to figure out, he said it needs 6 of these. Oh, okay. Never mind. I get it. I see. I'm just not paying attention. Oh, it sounds like a Prince song. Okay. Now I don't see where. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I grabbed one too many. Two, 4, 6, 7. 4 of these. That sounds very much like a Prince song. All right, let's see here. I think, no, one more. Cool. This piece here. So let's see here. Okay. All right. Then we're going to do 1, 5 of these. And 3 more of these. I don't know what you call these pieces. connectors, I guess. All right, so oh, started wrong. And again, the hard part of having short fingernails. All right. Well, let's start from this side, because this side definitely starts with this. There we go, since it was already in my hand. Do that. And we're going to have another one piece. Another of these connectors. Saw this. Actually, I need to charge my phone. Or my watch, not my phone. That. Correct? Correct. All right. Two of these. Two of these. I do like, you know, like I was talking about this last night, how they secure that, right? You know, make that good and secured. All right. So now that there, and now this time start with that piece. Go. All right. Read more on Pulumi, how to use it with identity stuff and Azure DevOps. I've been saying this for like the last month or so. I really need to pick up Pulumi because, you know. All right, let's make sure I don't drop these. Since this is the pieces I dropped last night. You know, like since I do so many different types of presentations, really be nice if I had something like Pulumi to build those up. All right, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. I think I got 30 there. Like I say, be a little bit careful since that's what I dropped last night, right near the end of the stream. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's not too hard. I just need to start doing it. You know. Probably should pick it up because, like I say, with some of the stuff we're trying to build out, build the whole thing. If we get a new customer, just run a Pulumi script. Oops. Actually, I could have left that on there. Just need to put a piece there. Well, I know one of the things I want to work on. Well, I would watch your VODs, but you always kill your VODs. You never keep your VODs around. I will say, I probably tomorrow, because I've started to work on Friday was Microsoft Identity, trying to get better handle on that. Was they really long? No, I mean, obviously, that was a little bit of a dig. Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get a little bit better handle on identity, Microsoft Identity in particular, right? And actually using it for web, for a web app, that's super easy. No real big deal there. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Probably. Okay, I see. After this, we're going to start connecting all these things together. All right, so there's the end of this piece. All right, now we have to do this again. Just take a gander. Actually, that's a pretty cool look. See if I can. I don't know how well I can angle that. All right, that's. Looks pretty cool from the inside, right? All right, so we'll stick that there. And we got to do that again. But yeah, like when I was trying to work on Friday was like API token authentication, and the docs actually don't do a very good job of describing it. So, actually, I might do first thing tomorrow morning. I'm trying to decide. Some of this also depends if I actually go to the office or not. But I did find a good Pluralsight set of courses. So I might go through that. Usually when I watch those videos, I watch them at least at 1.5 times speed. Slow down when I need to. Because I was kind of alluding to this last night, but I think my goal for this coming week is to build at least in documentation, build okay, company, if we just ignored what we already built, here's the way how I would build it. Good part is we're at a point where we could easily swap to that, right? We're not. I mean, yeah, we've got some stuff deployed, but they're MVPs, right? So it's not like it would kill us to re-architect some of that. You watch at half speed. I tell you the funniest thing. So podcasts I listen to double speed, and I've been doing that for years. And actually, it's kind of the joker in my house, because especially if if we're on a road trip, which we haven't been in a while, but I'll listen to my podcast and I'm listening to double speed, and my wife is making fun of them. She's like, "How do you understand that?" But what I was gonna say was funny is every once in a while I'll just accidentally hit the iPhone the wrong way, swap to half speed, right? It's so funny to hear the voice change. Of course, I also say this, and it is funny listening to Carl and Richard, again at double speed, and then you see him in person. I'm like, Richard, you're talking too slow. Which Richard doesn't really talk slow. Coding by Barry White. Goodness. There's a reference I haven't heard in a while. Barry White. I don't know. Coded by Barry White might be, that might be an HR issue. All right, let's see here. Oh, I was looking wrong. What's there? Okay. 2 of those. Okay, yeah, just 1 of those. These. All right. So let's see here. I'm actually excited looking at what comes up next year. Right? Next, we start putting all these pieces together. Get the initial. Oh goodness, my mind is telling me no on my keyboard. Oh goodness, that's a good one. Okay, there we go. I mean, like I say, it's definitely easier doing this the second time because I mean, it's almost just like not necessarily muscle memory, but it's pretty hard across. Of course, as I say that, then I get the part where you gotta make sure you put these in the right place. One, two, three, four, five, six. But I do remember how many to count over. All right, now the bane of my existence. These things. Those. 5 of these. Whoops. Some other pieces here. One of these. Is that everything? No, I'm missing 5 of these. All right, see if I can do this without. See, here's the thing. What they want you to do is like basically do like this, all right? And then say, okay, now you put this on top. But that doesn't make any sense. But I guess it's, they only want so many steps. I guess that's part of what it is. Doing that. Okay. All right. Oops, hold on. Started to skip a step. There we go, look. We actually did it without having to go back. Not that I have to, not that I have to build those anymore, but we did it. Okay. All right. Hold on, these, they roll around too easily. This time, I'll do that first. A whole lot easier when the other pieces are not in my way. Imagine that. All right, now these. Now, see if I can pick them up. All right. I think this time around we just go ahead and put them on the on the model. No sense in waiting. Tell you, the interesting thing about Lego is how they understand how, it isn't about just kids, right? I mean, sets like this isn't meant for kids, right? These are meant for older folks to assemble, put together. Admittedly, I was watching a video. So one of the things that Lego's done this year, they have their 18 plus series, right? Which doesn't mean that the set is adult natured, right? Which that would be kind of odd. But it means they're harder sets. Sets like this, right? I mean, this is a little bit harder, right? Although it's not. Other than this, so far this hasn't been that hard. It's just a lot of pieces, right? But it was kind of funny. This guy was arguing because he was talking about how Lego's kind of screwed it up. And he was like, "Oh, it's 18 plus, and he was talking about stuff like because like the Sesame Street set has been marked 18 plus, which I admit that seems a bit odd, right? But I think their point was Lego's point was, they really were, it was a marketing thing, right? But what was so funny, listening to this guy talk, and he's a younger gentleman, right? But he was talking about, he's like, well, 18 plus wants to actually do this, that kind of stuff. And he's like, I talked to my other 23-year-olds, and we don't want to do this. I just sat there like, oh, okay. 23-year-olds, yeah, because you're so old. Now, admittedly, I think the Sesame Street kit is pretty neat looking, but I have no interest in putting it together. Cool. More importantly, I have no interest in spending the money for it. Let's put it that way. Someone gave it to me, I put it together, right? But these sets aren't cheap. So you got at some point you gotta call your limit, right? And say, well, that's enough money spent on Lego. Oh, there we go. Goodness. There's two in a row that wasn't on there very well. All right. Okay. I swear, Sean, I now can't unsee that comment about with the Barry White reference. That was too funny. go. Now, put the roof on. Wait a second. Nope, I skipped a step. These 8, 2, 4, 6, 7. Almost, well, I almost skipped a step, you know. Sort of almost skipped a step, but it was kind of obvious. Hold on, I got the wrong pieces here. No, I have the right pieces there. Oh, I did skip a whole step. Or I skipped part of a step. Okay, here we go. Oops. Yeah, see, I got too ahead of myself there, you know. In my head, I was already thinking, did we try to do bag number 4 tonight? I don't know. Maybe so. I mean, it's 9:30. At the latest, because I still got to assemble them all together and take pictures and such, but. $10 o'clock? I don't know. I have to decide. Because I could also just stop and relax before going to bed. That would be a novel approach. Something I don't do a very good job of just resting, you know, relaxing before I go to bed. Which is why it usually takes me forever to fall asleep. All right, there we go. Now we're ready to put this roof on. I will say, for those who watch along and also watch my coding stream, Friday might be a little bit in question. My wife is talking about rearranging some stuff around the house, and basically she brought up the idea of, well, why don't you, she was like, why don't you, hold on a second, I don't see, oh, it's right here. She basically was like, why don't you move your desk upstairs, and then, so that way, and then this room that I've been using as my office, I have more room, because I actually, so I got my video games, and I actually don't have enough space for them all. Yeah, something's not right here. I think no, that's got to be right there. Well, something was definitely wrong there. But it had a latency. Well, you actually bring up a good point. If I'm going to do that, I probably need to do something about the modem. Something's not matching up here. Second. Ah, that's what I'm missing. Okay, there we go. Because, sure enough, the modem is right down here. It sits right next to my computer. Well, it shouldn't be that bad to move it. Yeah. Yeah, well, sure enough, I'm a little particular about it. And when I talk about the modem right here, it's because I plug directly into the modem, right? To give me the, so I don't have any latency of the wireless, right? So even with the modem, so that's what I'm talking. Well, wire's cheap. Running wire through the house is not cheap. Actually, I've had the modem up there before. It really shouldn't be a big deal. I just gotta look. I gotta look at when they redid it for the gigabit. What exactly do they do upstairs? Because everything actually comes into one central area. Yeah, well, that's not really my thing. I hire people to do that kind of stuff. But what I mean, like I said, I gotta look at when they ran it. Well, yeah, actually, I think all I have to do is swap it because I actually, so everything goes. I've got a master box upstairs that I had when I had the house built. I had it built that way, and even though some of it's kind of outdated, the actual interconnection box works really well. So I probably would just have to swap it one cable and not be a big deal. No, I'm starting to skip the step. These 2, 4, 5 of these. One of these. All right, that's again, we need to make sure we pay attention and do this the right way. Well, I will say I found it was easier to start with the other side, but no big deal. Actually, I could basically do this without even looking now. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, why do I have these 5 pieces here? Because I need them. I'm getting a little excited because the next part is to actually put these all together. These 6 pieces that, 6 of these size pieces. Start get the actual perspective of just how big this whole thing is. Actually, drink. Well, like I said, she brought that up this morning about the idea of it wasn't really my office back then, but I mean, for the longest time I actually was up. Well, it's interesting. When we first moved this house, I was down here, but then sure enough, the problem is this room is not the warmest during the winters, although it's gotten better since we've got a new furnace. But for a long time, I had my desk upstairs, which was nice and warmer. But it was just that, right? It's just my desk. And so she brought it up this morning, and then like at dinner, I was asking her more about it. I'm like, well, you talk about me, turning that into an office, or back when it was before? Now hold a second. I didn't drop a piece, but I seem to be missing a piece. Oh no, here it is. Let's say. There we go. So yeah, so she talked about, I was like, well, do you just want, you want to turn it back into an office, or as I said, I said, she was like, well, it's up to you, and I'm like, well, the thing is honestly, we're gonna get a picture of this for Instagram. I said, I'm set up right now with like 2 different stations. And that's kind of important for me, right? All right. There it is. So I don't really use Instagram very often. Take a new picture. All right, there we go. Add some comments here. Bag number 3 of the Taj Mahal. Okay. All right, so sure enough, now we're going to start assembling things together. Let's see here. All right. So I think we're going to start with that piece there. Probably this piece looks like. All right. Yeah. There we go. Do like that. Okay, I'm a little bit. In a minute, I'm a little bit confused here. And sure enough, I see you're going to do this. Like, I don't have another end piece here. Or another middle piece. This. All right, I'm confused. Well, because there's not enough pieces to put this all together. That's what I'm confused about. Unless, you know what? Did I maybe look at this wrong here? Very well possible. Let's see here. You know what? I see what it is. Okay. I think this is actually these two together. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Okay, yeah. I don't need to count all the way to the end. Okay, I see what it is. I was trying to do that wrong that way. So it's going to be like that. Move these away for a second here. We're going to have this, which is good. I was actually thinking it was even bigger than what it is. It's already going to be big. I was making it even bigger. So like that. Like that. So this could be a little bit. Oh, actually, that wasn't. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even center that very well. This thing's so big. Yeah, that's as best as I'm going to center it. Although actually I think I have a feeling this is the front. Well, this thing's going to be big. Alright, let's take another picture here. All right. I'm going to say Lego, Taj Mahal. Did I spell it right? Yeah, I did. Taj Mahal. Oh, no. That's what. I got Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal. Bags. Bags. 1, 3, 4. Completed. All right. So like I said, we should. Found the magic piece. Well, I was only missing. I dropped one piece. Yeah, I found that last night. All right. So, and then the interesting part is, I found this out last night. So the center, the tower, right, basically sits right into in this corner right here. So it kind of floats. It doesn't actually sit on the ground, which is nice. Actually, makes it much easier to move this whole thing. Tighten some of this down. All right. I was going to say, actually just looking at the picture of the actual Taj Mahal, the one thing, or well, not the actual, the one thing that would be nice, I don't think you do it, I don't think it's in this, is actually have the water, the fountain that comes out front. Well, the water feature, I should say. All right. Well, let's go to bag number 4. Why not? I think we can do at least another bag tonight. Let's see if I can move this without dropping this. Oh. Nope, I can't move it without dropping it. Well, I didn't drop it, but... Oh, wow. Get the whole piece out. easier to put these all on the side. Now, I did it on both sides. All right, Sean. What happened? Oh, never mind. Look on the wrong side. Alright, let's try this again. Whoa. Alright. Now let me do this. Let me take my headphones off first. All right, the actual bad part is that it's hanging off the desk. Well, because I have a feeling I won't do anything else to that for a while. All right. Well, no, I guess not, because I guess these towers are going to go in there. Two bags. That's part of bag number 4. I'm a little bit leery right now because that thing is hanging. Like 2/3 of it are on the desk. The other third is hanging in air. Not the most comforting feeling with that. That's a lot of those. You can already tell, I don't know, well, because it shows, oh, and you're going to do this 4 times. So we're going to be building the towers that are on the 4 corners. And I will say this is, even if this only takes like a half hour, which I'm sure will take a little more half hour, this will probably overstock because probably need to rearrange a little bit after this. Probably have to make my wife really happy and put the, because I have a feeling after you do this bag, and you kind of work on the centerpiece instead of on the outer edge. So I'll have to look at the instructions, and if that's the case, I'll move it to the kitchen, to the dining room table. My wife will be ecstatic about that. Actually, normally she doesn't really care because we use the dining room table for dinner, but not so much during the week. Normally during the week we take our food upstairs, eat, sit on the couch, kind of relax for dinner. watch a little bit of TV, that kind of stuff. Interesting piece. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. It's pretty interesting looking. I will say this, depending on when I stream next, all right? Again, we'll see whether this is the last bag for the night or not. But depending on what I stream next, I might be taking a like a one stream break from the Taj Mahal, because I actually have a couple Christmas things I need to put together. And my wife has started to decorate the house for Christmas. So, I want to get those put together so she has them. Pieces are trying to drop to the floor, but I'm being quicker than the Lego pieces. But of course, just wait till we get to this next two bags, which are actually, I see these are two duplicate bags, so we'll just open up one first. And well, I'm thinking about doing 4 at a time. So it's all the way over here. That's like the last piece you use. And actually, I was saying I'm going to do 4 at a time, but I think I'm just going to do 1 at a time because I should be a little more sandy on my desk here. Excuse me. Sorry, I don't have a... When I'm doing a coding stream, I've got the dump button. I don't have that over here. All right, so let's see here. What are we doing here? Not. No, all right. I was trying to see if you could do it where, kind of give that extra support. But nope. Well, actually, okay. Because you put this in the middle, that'll give that support I was trying to get. It was real as an Instagram. I think I put bags 1 through 4. It's actually bags 1 through 3. I mean, I don't do anything. I hardly ever use Instagram. I don't know if you can go back and edit the text of a gram. I don't know what you even call it. I sound so old. I am old. I'm liking this music. See here. Now, is that supposed to be sticking out, or am I? There's two different links here. Of course, you don't show me. Where did I put the book? This is where the book has some benefits, right? Because when you use those kind of pieces, yeah. See, it's got the diagram to show you, how long the piece is supposed to be. Right here. So it was that piece, okay. But that's definitely all the way to the bottom. I guess it's supposed to stick up like that. Okay. It's just hard to tell because, you get the next piece and they're hiding it, right? So you don't see that it's sticking up. Turns around and around. I skipped a step. Started thinking, I'm like, hey, didn't I? How come not like the last time? We didn't do it like this. Okay, now put these pieces on. I gotta admit, I don't think I've seen these pieces before either. It's cool. I mean, you look at the story of Lego, and that's one of the things they did was, for the longest time, they would make all these unique pieces. And everyone was 10, 20 years ago, they changed everything so that so they standardize, which obviously limits some things, right? But helped them really reduce price or cost. Now, grant you, Lego bricks are still a fortune, right? Okay, so now, assuming we're using the, I wonder. I want to see something here. Because I'm putting this thing up there. Oh, that actually does work. I guess that is. Well, that's interesting because I'm not sure 100%. So that shouldn't work. that was kind of weird. Oh well, whatever. Okay, so there we go, like that. And I'll do another layer. Hey, one thing, this doesn't really, not the most sturdiest thing in the world. Yep. It's kind of nice this turns around, but like I say, this actually doesn't seem that sturdy to me. Usually these things are a lot more sturdy. And these things being Lego, right? I mean, you know. See, like, notice here, this actually, you look at the next step, you see that a piece sticks out. It was nice to see that before, right? Oh, no problem, Sean. I mean, especially. I mean, this is just Lego builds. This is just chill out. All right. So that there. Oh, that wasn't good. Let's do that again. All right, that. Like I said, I think in the end, I'm not going to like these towers. Too flimsy. Okay, let's see here. So first we're going to put this dish down. Yeah, like I said, that just sits there. It wants to roll away. It's trying its best to roll away. All right, there we go. So there's the tower. Looks pretty, but actually, well, in the end, it's not as flimsy as I felt like it, but still. Definitely something as you're moving, you want to be careful with it, right? All right, so we'll put that there. Do that 3 more times. Way to go. Haven't dropped a piece in a while. Oh no, where did it go? Oh, here it is. $205 for a frame. Wow, that's a good price. I have the up desk. Both. I mean, I got the whole thing from them. And actually, so this one I'm on right now is not standing desk, but this is their side desk. And I like it because it matches everything, right? But I really like the up desk. It is super solid. Take quite a bit of weight on it. You know, you're gonna do something like yeah, I mean uplift. I keep on saying up desk. Someone asked me that before too. Yeah, uplift. So and I have the uplift 72-inch desk, which is just awesome. Admittedly, I kind of would like the 84, but I bought it for this room and that wouldn't have fit. They're pretty quick on their shipping too. And they ordered mine around this time. Two years ago. Now you can do the Mike Jolly thing and build your top, or are you getting a top that's already made? That's a hell of a price, because I'm sure you've gone to look at what I paid for mine. Because it was definitely more than $205. All right, let's see here. But I will say about this, this is the laminate top, all right? And, I was a little bit concerned about buying the laminate top because, I mean, the desk I was replacing was a laminate top, and just the laminate was falling all over the place. And granted, it was an older desk. I had it for quite some time, but I've been so happy with this desk, and it's just the quality is just amazing. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I was actually surprised. Well, I told my wife this is what I wanted, but she was all for it. I was a little surprised. Now, that's the one thing. Again, that conversation about moving my office, moving upstairs. I'm not really looking forward to if I move my desks. Oh my goodness, that thing weighs a ton. I mean, I'll take it apart, but still, the top. I mean, it's a 72-inch by 30 inch by an inch. All right. So it's a big piece of wood. There we go. I knew that wasn't all the way in. Oh. Hold on a second. I skipped a step. I just knew something wasn't right there. Now, I'll say this much. I mean, Sean, you know me well enough. I'll spend money, right? I like the better things in life. But spending money on a good desk is a really good investment. Yeah. Well, nice part is you've got, on that desk. That's awesome. I mean, that price and everything, because I mean, someone who's using it, right? It's the second time that did that. For heaven's sakes, I would just say my comment is make sure that that top, is high quality, right? Because like I said, so my old desk, as far as stability and everything, the desk was still rock solid, right? But the laminate was coming all over the place, right? And of course, I mean, that wasn't the real. I mean, that was a driving force, but that wasn't the reason why I got a new desk. I wanted a standing desk. Well, more important, my body needed a standing desk. There you go. Yeah, made it. So sure enough, Uplift. I mean, they sell just their frames. With the idea, you can use whatever frame you want on it. I'm not whatever frame, but whatever top you want on it. A la Mike Jolly, right? What he did. Yes, that is a negative, and I've just got to the point where, I just don't have it, right? Oops. I do. Whoa, that piece just flew up there. I do have. I have since bought a printer stand, and so that acts as my drawers, essentially. But it's still not the same thing. Okay, there's number 2. All right, now I need to open up this other bag. Now I will say, like Uplift, they do, and they're expensive, right? Because Uplift was a premium brand, right? But they do sell like drawer accessories and such. It looked really nice, but that's VC money kind of desk, Let's see, we wrote an idea on a piece of paper, and we now have $35 million. Let's buy these desks, and let's buy these, all these accessories for the desk, right? We should go up there. I want to apologize for the dog barking. I'm sure he's, I don't know what he wants. Oh, he sees somebody out front. I know what that is. I know that bark. it's funny, you know. It's, you know, long you live with a dog, you understand their barks and the meaning, you know, the meanings behind the. But I know that one. That's the that's my next door neighbor. I don't know why he one next door neighbor in particular. He just really barks a lot at. I don't know why. One of the nicest men I've ever met. Okay. Yeah, I always know when that guy comes home from work because my dog is just barking up a storm. I'm like, dude. But the neighbors on the other side, he could care less about. Could care less about them. And the funny about that they're the ones that have a whole lot more activity outside. They're always fixing up cars and always have people over. Well, especially their son, who's 23 years old, so you know he's seems like he's always got a bunch of his friends over. But like I say, my dog could care less. And admittedly, I mean, and again, I think for the most part those kids are fine, but you know, looking at them and such, they would be the quote unquote the shadier ones, you know. I guess that's all the way in. Hold on a second. Well, that didn't work well. Okay, that's definitely all the way to the bottom because popped out the bottom piece. All right. But something's not right here. Oh, I know why. That's the wrong size piece. That's why. Whoops, darn it. There we go. Now we're cooking. So everyone, anyone out there, anyway, supposedly have people out there, are you, what Lego sets are you working on? Or what Lego sets would you like to be working on? Yep. Say, well, pretty sure I'm gonna go get the Coliseum. Get it next weekend so I can get the chariot. Let's see if we can actually get this on without it popping. There we go. Could have it in this time. If you get it, if you get it first weekend, you get free chariot with it, right? And I think I think the Black Friday stuff is still in effect. The Charles Dickinson book and the Lego brick. So I was talking about last night. I don't know why, for some reason, I'm kind of interested in that Lego brick. Doesn't actually look that exciting, but it's the same rate. I don't know. I just kind of like the idea of it. But I actually have several sets I need to put together. So I've got the Steamboat Willie that actually I got for my daughter. I mean, she has no interest in putting things together, but she likes the set. So I was going to put it together for her, so she can display it. There we go. One more of those to go. And I do know this is going to be the last bag that we're going to do, because I think I might rest after this. I'll watch a little bit of TV and just chill out before I go to bed. Maybe actually try to get to bed at a decent hour. But yeah, so like I said, jumping down here. Got the Steamboat Willie to do. Also got the which one's the Tokyo and the London skyscapes, which are two cities that we have been to over the last couple of years. I've also been to Paris. I've already put the Paris one together before. Yeah, decent hour. Yeah. You know, I say that and I won't. I'll probably still go to minimum midnight. But by end after this, what it will allow me to do is to get in the bed and watch some TV and get more naturally tired. I actually will sleep better that way than if I try to just go to sleep. I've been binge watching Futurama. I've seen quite a few of them, throughout the time, but I never was really watched the series per se, right? If it was on TV, I'd watch it. But I've been binging it, from the beginning. Funny show. Well, it's funny. Every time my wife sees it, she's like, "You're watching cartoons?" Well, it's not cartoons for kids. Like, one of the things I would love to find, I haven't tried very hard to find it, but it's like the old Super Friends from like when I was a kid. Oh, I bet you if I watched it, I'd be like, oh my goodness, I was actually really into this. This is so corny. I bet you that's the way it would be. You haven't seen a single episode of Futurama? That's actually surprising. And it's definitely not appointment watching TV, but it's it's pretty decent. I will say it's funny. The one thing I have just kind of dropped off. Completely different type of show, but Walking Dead. I just have stopped watching it. I don't know why. I've got to record it. I've got it on the DVR, but some of it's I've just been so busy, but I just can't get into it to watch it right now. And it was, Walking Dead was one of those shows for a long time. That was one of the shows that I actually would watch night of. Mostly because I didn't go to the office the next day and be spoiled by things. So it's still just odd. Well, that'd be one of the things. I didn't have it all the way in. I'm confused. Yeah, he's barking at something. You know what? There must be a rabbit or something outside. Or a squirrel. Alright, let's see here. Just back up this fourth tower, the fourth of four. There we go. I was going to say, I was having a hard time getting that lined up. All right, there we go. Now we have the four towers built. Let's get a picture of that. Looks like I'm taking a picture of completion each bag. Yeah, I can't type. Actually, that's not really saying anything. I usually can't type very well on the phone. All right, and then I'm going to assume, yeah, it's going to show us putting those on there. All right, so let's actually move these over here carefully. All right, and let me try to pick this back up. I'm going to take my headphones off for a moment. All right. This is a little more straightforward. It's all four the same. And if my mic is picking up that noise, I don't know if it's picking up that noise. If it is, I'm going to have to turn it down. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. 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 Let Apologize. I am on the other side of the kitchen. All right, let's see here. Yeah, now you can see we start building the center section. Which is a pretty cool look. I mean, each bag is basically a wall. Several stories tall. That's looking pretty cool. Like I said, it's kind of hard to see it. That's not a real good way that I can actually show this. I need like a handheld camera. That's something I'm gonna have to do. Maybe like get the GoPro out. That might work. You know, I mean, not for now, but for later. All right, tell you what, we're gonna end it there. Yeah, because I think that's a really good stopping point. So sure enough, I do need to take pictures, but I'll take that off stream. So sure enough, everyone, thank you for watching tonight. If you have any interest in coding, I will be I'll be on tomorrow night at Taylor & Code. I would do a shout out, but I don't have that set up right now. But I start 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. Eastern time, and I do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And actually, I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow night. I gotta figure that out. But we'll do something else. Pretty much, I can tell you it's going to be C#, right? Because that's what I work in. But sure enough, I do make them newbie friendly, and I have the AMA flag on, right? So I welcome all kinds of questions, right? That's part of what makes it fun for me. So then let's take a look. I am actually a little bit more prepared tonight. Let's take a look, see who we could raid. Well, that's kind of interesting. Someone's building Legos for stocking stuffers. Showing the Lego Land Rover set. Let's let's check out this one. Again, I don't have screen sharing working yet on this stream. Legos for $5. A stocking stuff for less than $25. Come chat. I mean, this should be a pretty good channel. It looks like kind of around the same kind of lines I try to do things at. So I put in that raid command.
Jedi Interceptor.
Got the volume already turned on over there. All right, everyone. So we're gonna put that in there. Like I say, everyone. Hope you all have an awesome evening, day, whatever it is for you. And I hope you. I don't. Sometime next week, I'll figure out a schedule here soon. But sometime next week we'll stream again. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.